Okay, so what work tasks do you perform in your job?
So my I have two, actually kind of have two jobs. I'm a full-time professor here at Skyline College, art professor, and I teach 3 ceramics courses and 3D design. So I teach typically 3 to 4 art courses, and then I also, since it's ceramics that I primarily teach, I also fire the ceramic kilns or the furnaces, which is where we transform the ceramic pieces into permanent ceramic materials. So I do the behind the scenes setup for the class. I make the special paints or glazes that the students apply to their pieces. I organize and keep the studio equipment running. So I kind of do both the teaching and I keep the lab working. So it's kind of a lot of different areas to the job. But then I also am an artist. So I have a studio at my house and I do my own artwork. So it's a lot of art professors. I think we kind of have that dual profession. We have, our teaching, and then we also have our art making in our careers.
So what kind of tools and equipment do you use?
Well, for ceramics and for art making, there's a lot of tools. So everything from small hand tools that people use to the big ceramic ovens, or they're called kilns, that we actually heat the pieces up in. We use pottery wheels that you'd see around the classroom. We use presses that we make the clay, flatten out the clay. So ceramics, we use a lot of large equipment and also a lot of small hand tools.
What are possible fields of specialization?
So for art careers, there's many fields. Everything from, a lot of people get an art degree and they will work in galleries, work in museums, they will work in design fields, industrial design, fashion design, architecture, graphic design, photography. There's a lot of different fields with photography. For ceramics, a lot of people go in to start their own line of pottery, also fine art like sculpture. That's what I do in my career. I'm a sculptor, so I just in the last year, for instance, in my own work, completed a commission for a new hospital in Oakland where I made wall pieces for their new acute care tower. So, there's all different creative fields, but some people go into more of the fine art end, and some people go into more design and graphic arts and movie making. If you think about over in the East Bay, there's Pixar. They use clay over there to make their characters for the movies. A lot of those start in clay. So there's a lot of different creative fields. But what's nice about it is that it's not always, a lot of times people start with an art degree and then they can end up in a lot of different creative paths. So it's not just kind of like a one track. Yeah.
What are necessary skill levels and responsibilities? Well,
there's definitely a lot of, creativity is of course important, and a lot of times that people grow and evolve with creativity over time. Hands-on skills, working with different materials with your hands, being able to critical think and to be able to imagine something and then think about the steps that it would take to create that and make that a possibility. So creativity, being able to really think for multiple options, being able to problem solve, critical thinking, and then design. There's a lot of foundation skills in art that are based in design, working with color, working with texture, learning how to put things together in a way that visually communicates something and that makes sense to viewers. So it's a strong art foundation that people get, and that's in working with things like texture, color, balance, harmony. So there's a strong art foundation that everyone gets, and then from there you can kind of specialize in different areas.
What is the expected beginning and average income?
As an art teacher?
Ceramics, yes.
Oh, for ceramics. For a teacher, you mean, or someone out in the industry?
A teacher.
I think it varies, but I think, I don't even really know, but I think it's probably, it depends on, so with teaching, it depends on your degree, first of all. If you have a master's or a PhD, so in ceramics, the highest degree is a master's degree, so I have a master's. And then it depends when you start, how many years of experience you had, maybe part-time. But I think it starts in about the $50,000 a year range, and then it can go up with people when they retire. I think it can be up to, 90, 100,000, depending on how many years, So it depends on what your degree is and how many years. So teachers are on a step salary schedule, which means that you get paid a little, your salary increases every couple of years on a regular basis. So typically I think most teachers start at a college level around 50, and then it goes up from there.